Morning everyone, it's charging day today, so I'm out walking Cracker and basically the car's on charge at the moment, so this is the intro to the video, even though it's actually started. The idea today is I've left the car with low charge, it's got 30% in it, and I'm going to charge it up in 10% increments using the granny cable, using the Zappy charger, and then using the granny cable with an extension lead. So the idea is to test the different varieties of charging the car and see if there's a difference in time, in charge rates, and also charge loss. So that's what we're doing today. Okay, just want to say a big thank you as well to all those people that are watching, but especially those that are leaving comments, and even more so to those that are helping answer them. That's really appreciated, because I'm not going to be able to get to everyone's comments in the future. There's quite a few coming in these days, so I appreciate that community spirit. Thank you also for all those that are clicking like. It's really nice to know that you are liking the videos I'm producing, and for those that are sharing on social media too. It's really appreciated to spread the word. What might be worth doing in the future is if you've got questions, perhaps we can leave them in the comments below, head it up as a question, and I can answer them in a questions and answer video, and give you a shout out too. So if that works, try leaving some questions in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Anyway, time to get back to the charging and the details. Okay, I'm plugging into a UK standard 13 amp socket in my garage. It's an old but reliable, about 10 metre long extension cord. And this is the control box on the granny cable that came with the car. Okay, I've previously charged the car to 30%, so it's ready to go, and I've set the charge limit to 40%, so that's a 10% increment that we're going to charge on the granny cable. You can see here the car says it's receiving 2.3 kilowatts, 3 hours 25 minutes to charge that 10% increment. And as a cross check on my smart meter inside the house, I can see that I am consuming for the entire house just over 2.3 kilowatts. So there's a tiny amount of house consumption going on top of the car charger. Okay, so that's the charge complete. We added the 10% increment and it added 21 miles of range. And don't forget, the guessometer, the GOM, will be calibrated to my previous driving, which might have been quite enthusiastic, hence only 21 miles of range added. Okay, so that did take 3 hours and 20 minutes to complete the 10% charge, and I consumed at the house 7.9 kilowatt hours. I estimate I used about 300 watts in the house during the charge, so that's net 7.6 kilowatt hours used just for charging the car. With the 64 kilowatt hour battery, 10% charge added, that should be 6.4 kilowatt hours added. So looking at the 7.6 that I actually used, that's 16% charge loss. 16% of my electricity that I used at the house has disappeared. Okay, now for the Zappy charger at 7.2 kilowatts. Yep, it's showing that it's sending 7.2 kilowatts to the car. And the house, yep, that's showing just under 7.2 kilowatts as well, and everything was turned off like before. Initially, the car indicated it was going to take 4 hours and 20 minutes, but it soon adjusted to a correct amount of 55 minutes for the 10% increment charge. So let's cut to the details. That's 55 minutes to complete the 10% charge, and 7.2 kilowatt hours consumed at the house. I estimate 100 watts only used by the house during that charge period, so a net 7.1 kilowatt hours used by the charger. Again, the 10% going in should be 6.4 kilowatt hours, so if we compare the 6.4 kilowatt hours to the 7.1, that's a 10% charge loss. So where did that 10% loss of electricity go? Well, it went into the transformer, transforming the AC current to DC. And the difference between the two charge methods, apart from the extra time it takes on the granny cable, half a kilowatt hour. And finally, the test with the granny cable, but no extension lead. That saw the same amount of current going in, 2.3 kilowatts, and the same amount of time to charge, 3 hours 25 minutes. And the electricity used was more than the Zappy, but using an extension lead, there was definitely more charge loss. It was definitely measurable. So that's the worst configuration you can use to charge your car. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for subscribing, and I hope that was useful. Take care for now. More videos to come soon. Bye.